Hey guys, Mike from B-Tech Reviews here, and today we take a look at and unbox an Xbox Series E that I purchased from the Facebook Marketplace. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at an item that I purchased off the Facebook Marketplace. This is the box that the guy gave it to me in, and just for security reasons, you know, there was already a label on there. I didn't, I went ahead and just kind of blurred it out, or whatever you want to call it. I put a couple of pieces of tape on it. But anyways, you know, I, again, for whatever reason, have been getting back into the retro gaming consoles, or whatever you want to call it. And I just decided that I want to, you know, kind of start collecting or maybe restoring some of the older devices over here. So on my end, you know, sorry, I was muting my other phone over here. So on my end, you know, again, if you guys watched my last couple videos, I unboxed an untested PlayStation, or I'm sorry, a GameCube from that generation. It was a silver GameCube, right? And I had a GameCube growing up, and I also had an original Xbox 360, but we'll get more into that as we go into the video. But this is a Series E version, and I bought a hard drive for it because I believe the one I purchased does not have a lot of internal storage. So let's go ahead and get this unboxing going here. All right, so this is somewhat of a top unboxing here, not something I normally do, guys, for you guys. Let me get another light on going just so we can get a little more light over here. But for the most part, again, I paid under $100 for this used console. It was the guy charged me, I believe, $80, and it didn't really come with a matching control, so I don't know what he did with the original control. And it is a wireless control, although it came with this, which it looks kind of like a dongle. And if you guys look here, it says PC wireless gaming receiver. So I'm gonna assume that you could probably use this for, you know, I guess if I wanted to connect this to like a PC as well. But as you can see here, it does have like the original sync button as well, and you know, you have your battery pack. It just feels kind of weird holding a 360 controller, even though this is not the original. It feels very similar to one. It is a little bit lighter than than an original. It is missing the X logo here. It does have the little ring light for it, but other than that, let's go ahead and put that aside for now. Looks like we also got just, you know, your basic power brick for the actual console itself, which, you know, of course I would hope it would come with a power brick. So let's pull that out. And it looks, this end looks a little bit weird to me. It doesn't look like a typical power plug. Usually you'll see like a little two-prong connector. This one only has one. So interesting. Maybe that's what the new console. And keep in mind, I've never actually owned a Series E Xbox. I'm gonna put that on the floor just cause. And here it is. Here's the console itself. I think he included an HDMI cable as well. And right off the bat, you can tell this is extremely dirty. So here's a nice little HDMI cable that he included. It's a little bit dusty that you can see there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the box away here. Sorry about that. Sorry for the bad camera angling. Let's go ahead and put this back on the table. And let's just kind of inspect this a little bit. You know, from the looks of it, right? So the reason why I purchased this is because I was really a big fan of the Xbox 360. I actually owned the first two versions of the Xbox 360, which was the Xbox 360. I guess you would call it like not a pro console, but they had a base core model, and then they had a pro, and then they had the Xbox 360 Elite. I owned the white one that had like the silver faceplate. I had that for a few years. It eventually red ringed on me. And then after that, I ended up getting rid of that. I passed it on to my girlfriend at the time. She took it. I got it refurbished, of course, because Microsoft was refurbing them. And then I ended up getting the Xbox 360S, which was the slim version. Now, this was the Xbox version that came out before, I guess, the Xbox 360 life cycle ended, right? Which was the Xbox 360E. Most of these did not come with a hard drive. Which is why I went ahead and just purchased the little hard drive that you see here. I bought this on Amazon. It says internal hard drive. It does show an Xbox 360 Slim on it, but on the listing on Amazon, it said that it was compatible. with the system. So I'm hoping that rings true. But let's go ahead and get a better viewing angle for this really quick. All right, so as you guys can see here, right, I don't know if they made these in any other colors, but I really like the design of this one compared to the first two consoles. The first console really wasn't shaped like an X or like a box, right? Neither was the Slim. The Slim was kind of like, if you guys can see here in the picture, the Slim looks kind of like this, where it was kind of like, it was more of a rectangle than anything else that had like some sort of ugly curve in the middle, which I just really hated. I was not a fan of that curve. And then once the Xbox One came out, I guess they just decided to kind of make the 360s look more like it. That way, people were, getting game consoles for Christmas, and they couldn't afford the Xbox One at the time, which I believe the Xbox One console and the PS4 came out. They were both around the $500 mark. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look around this thing. So again, you can see here that it does have a nice little 360 logo. And from the looks of it, this one is scratched up, so I might do something to the extent of maybe painting it. I do like the fact that it does have like a little Xbox logo up here. I have seen some videos where they they'll take the shell off and they'll sand it down a little and they'll paint it. I might just clean up this side because this side is the matte side. It's really not that dirty, although it looks like it is caked in dust, right? So I might have to open that up and clean that a little bit, and I'm gonna see if I can try to open it. I've never done it, and I can tell you guys this console is heavy, by the way. Like compared to that GameCube, like this thing, if you were to throw it at someone would really die. But let's go ahead and take a look at the side of this console. So pretty much just kind of flat and flush. It has those little air vents so that air can pass through the side here, and power button in the front, obviously. Eject button here on the side. It does have a much smaller power button than you would see on the other consoles. It does have your two USB ports up here and your sync button. Let's go ahead and take a look over here. Does look like just another portion. I believe this side, like I said, is removable. I need to kind of maybe look at a video how to do that. Oh, it just comes off. Okay, so as you can see there, boom, no hard drive. And just sticking my finger in there, I can tell you that it's dusty, guys. Like, again, I don't know if I can get that on camera for you guys, but if you guys can, like, if I put my finger in there, you're gonna kind of see more dust come out. Let me see if I can get my cell phone camera light over here just to kind of give you guys an example over here. But look at that, that's very dusty on the inside. And just a heads up, I did test this before I did this specific unboxing. It does work, so I know that it works also because the guy sent me a video. He sent me a video of him testing the device outright, so I know it works. It looks like that little hard drive, which I'll probably make a secondary video for this. Again, this was like a $20 hard drive. It was I believe it's around 120 gigs as far as the hard drive goes, right? 120 gigs of internal storage. Most of these older Xboxes don't need it just because. Let's see if I can pop that back in really quick without breaking anything. But most of these, Xboxes didn't really need. Let me see if I can get that off again. Okay, yeah, it just kind of comes off. Okay, it looks easier said than done, by the way, guys. Like this, I think you just have to kind of snap that in. Okay, so anyways, so it came with only 4 gigs of internal memory, and I don't know why it just comes with 4 gigs of internal memory. Especially when Xbox 360 Elites and like the other models were coming with like much bigger hard drives. So I think the original Xbox that I had like a 20 gig hard drive. The Elite had like a 120 gig hard drive, I believe, and then like the Slims and forward were having like 250 gig hard drives up to 320 gigs on the hard drive. I don't know if they made a 500 gig Xbox 360, but I'm pretty sure that if they sell stuff like this, you can probably upgrade it to that. And the reason being is because, I guess the reason being, the reason why they didn't do that was because, again, most of the games just worked off the, off the actual disc itself. Although, like, once you got to the newer generations of Xboxes, like the Xbox One and the PS4, you would notice that, and towards the end of the Xbox 360 life cycle also, you would notice that it would give you the option to install the game on the actual hard drive itself rather than just to play it off the disc. That way loading speeds were a little bit faster, and it would just be quicker. That way you can go from screen to screen. So let's take a look at this over here in the back. So it's hard for me to see. I'm a little bit blind, but it looks like this the manufacture date for this was 10/23 of 2014. So this console is actually not even 10 years old yet, even though it looks much older than that. It says Xbox 360 there, and it just gives you the serial ID number, etc., like that. Over here on the side, you do have your 2 more USB ports, which I believe you could probably still add more memory by just sticking a like a memory card in there, like a basic USB drive, which I have a few, which I might test that out as well. You know, you have your Cat 5 connection. You have this port, I believe, is the Connect port, by the way. So I believe I thought this was like a originally I thought this was like a display port, but no, this is the port for the Connect. And then you have an HDMI cable or your HDMI cord up here. The original consoles, including the Slim, had like the AV output port, but I believe with this generation, since I guess they stopped using AV at that point because of HD TVs, they just decided to do that and just get rid of that. But for the most part, very dirty looking console, guys. And let's see, we might be able to take this off and clean it up a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm gonna probably just end the video with cleaning the console up a little bit. Of course, to do that you need some isopropyl alcohol. This is like the 50% version. You don't really need to get like a high concentrated version of it. A little bit will do the job. I'm using little cotton pads that I bought like at Walmart for like $1. I think they were maybe a little bit less than that, or it was probably like $1 or $2. But anyways, you know, I bought this with the intention of cleaning, maybe restoring it. So let's see what just a little bit of alcohol does. You know, see if it can maybe take away some of the scratching there. I want to kind of see how bad the dust is in the crevices. You know, especially like in the little hairline fractures here, which to me it looks dirty and filthy, but it you know, it might just be because the console's old. You know, like a lot of people don't realize, like, hey, sometimes, you know, things just kind of start to wear after a while. But like I said, you know, you can see a little bit of the dusting and dirt a little bit. Now I do want to open this up. Again, I don't know if this won't be in this video. I might have to save it for another video. I really have to watch like a tutorial video on how to kind of get this open, because I have seen a few videos where people open this up and it doesn't look easy, I'll tell you that much. Let me see if I can maybe use this to kind of, it's a little tool that I bought off Amazon. It actually will help like pry computers and stuff open, but like you know, again, this is just me cleaning the cracks. And like, if you guys saw the back, right, the back was super dusty also. I don't know if that's doing anything or not, but like, you can tell the ports are extremely like dirty as hell. And you're like, Mike, why are you using a liquid? Well, isopropyl alcohol actually will dry up relatively quick after using it, so that's why I'm not worried about it, because a lot of people actually use this on their motherboards and like just tech items in general. It really probably won't harm it too much if you're using just a little bit of it. Now, don't go like pouring the entire bottle on top. That's why I'm using a pad. As you can see here, it is doing its job. It is cleaning the console a little bit, which I think is just weird. And like, I don't know why, you know, Microsoft decided, hey, let's pick like the most like plasticky thing that can scratch the easiest. You know, like why do they do stuff like that? I don't know, I can't tell you. But yeah, guys, I will make a separate video on probably installing the actual drive itself, right? Which again, I paid, you know, again, $20, or I think $20 on Amazon for, which really is a pretty good deal in my opinion. Let me get a little more alcohol on another pad here. So again, You know, you might want to squeeze it just to kind of get the excess alcohol, because it might be a little too wet. That's what she said. But let's see. Like, again, I'm just trying to clean it as best as I can. You know, clean the front here. And like I said, the console was tested. I already tested it, right? There's nothing, you know, again, my goal is to maybe paint and restore this. You know, I've seen videos where guys will you know, they'll tape one side off and then they'll repaint one half, and then, you know, again, vice versa, they'll do the other half. I might leave this side, you know, matte, just because I like the matte color, and I might paint this side like a reddish or something like that, because I'm like huge into red. But or maybe like the Xbox green, if I can kind of find it, right? You know, that's one thing that, you know, I might have to like look into, is like the actual paint itself. I didn't really look at the bottom portion here, but let's see if you guys can, let me see if I can move the tripod a little bit. You can see that the bottom portion here is also super scratched up. It does have its feet, by the way, still, like, super happy about that. Like, it does have all of its feet, and the Xbox logo is still there on the bottom, which is pretty cool, I guess. But again, just cleaning this up. I was kind of wanting to do that to the control, but the control is actually just relatively clean. I'm probably just gonna Lysol it as much as I can. But yeah, again, I don't know why Microsoft decided to make a console that is going to scratch so easily. It's kind of ridiculous how bad this is scratched up, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I want to, you know, I definitely want to paint it. That's for sure. I just need to figure out how to get this off. You can see here, there's like a quite of a big scratch here on the bottom. It's the bottom though, although I don't know if that's a scratch or if that's just residue. Hold on, let me. Okay, I think it's just residue, or it looks like it was like maybe a sticker or something like that, guys. But guys, let me know if you guys like these videos. You know, again, 360. I remember playing this console for hours and hours in and hours out. This was probably the console that I enjoyed playing multiplayer with online. With all of my friends. You know, we would play a lot of Halo 3. I played Halo Reach, Halo 3 ODST, a lot of Halo 4, Call of Duty. You know, too many games to name, right? That, you know, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You had Call of Duty MW3. You know, just a little bit of everything, and I really enjoyed the game itself. And really, the alcohol, honestly, guys, you can see from my ring light there that it's really not doing it justice. This is going to need some sort of like paint job, and I feel bad for the console just because I know it's super dirty. Like, I need to buy you know, one of those little air cans and blow it out and maybe try to replace the thermal paste. But again, from the videos that I've seen, this console does not look easy to take apart, so that's what I'm kind of afraid doing. But you know what, I bought it for a reason. You know, I bought it to kind of experiment and play with, right? So I definitely want to make sure that I get as much use out of it as possible, you know, just because, you know, and for you guys also, you know, doing this for the first time, you know, on the YouTube platform, and kind of experimenting just like I did with my PC stuff back in the day, right? I would do that a lot, and you know, it was just enjoyable, like putting something together and taking something apart. It was very interesting and it was very fun, and I really enjoyed it. So again, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and probably end the video here. Again, really, this console, it looks filthy. Like, really, it's one of those deals where I'm going to have to actually take the case off and maybe dunk it in, like, you know, put it under water. But for the most part, a little bit of an improvement here. Doesn't really look like it. You can see how big the fan is, right? Compared to, they pretty much made it almost as big as the Xbox One fan. I remember the original Xbox One fan was huge. But definitely a big difference. But you can still see, like, a lot of dust caked here in the corner. Right here, like, that's going to be hard to get off. I see like a little piece of glitter there, and it's basically just all around here. So again, guys, this is you know, BTech Mike signing off. Thanks again for watching the video. Smash the like button and keep an eye out on my GameCube series videos and on this video as well, because this will be mostly a part 1. So again, guys, Mike from BTech Review signing off. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time.